Hey, what's up guys, Chris here, and I'm back with a part 4 to my video. So, I know what you're probably wondering. So, you're actually back with the part 4? About a alien paranormal encounter experience story? Yes, I'm back with part 4. So anyway, I had this alien encounter paranormal experience, like I said, when I was 12 years old. And so this is how it had happened, actually. If you watch my other videos, you'll know exactly what happened and how it all happened. So, like I said, I was 12 years old. I was living in this mobile home trailer at the time that was a rental. So, all of a sudden, I'm sitting there when I'm on the couch. I got a light on in the living room, and I got the TV on because I was watching a later airing of Jeopardy because I had missed it earlier. So, you know, the show with Alex Trebek. So all of a sudden, I'm watching Jeopardy, and all of a sudden, so they go to a commercial, you know. So I look over by the front door. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, everything's fine, everything's normal. Then, all of a sudden, I literally end up seeing out of the corner of my eye, I literally end up seeing these two alien-looking creatures. This was about around the time when like a third or fourth commercial had came on. So, I literally see them because a few seconds ago they weren't there. Next thing you know, there they are. And I'm like, okay, you know, wow, that's really strange. How they could be there one minute and not the next. I said, okay. So, literally at this point, my ass is ready to make a run for it. But before I could make a run for it, they dragged me like this into the kitchen area of where my kitchen table was, and I don't know what they did to me, but next thing you know, they end up dragging me back into the living room like this. Put me back on the couch. Mind you, I still had the blanket on me, and because it was winter time, so you know, so I'm back in the living room. All of a sudden, like, nothing happened, and I'm like, well, that's strange. So all of a sudden, you know, I go like this because I'm like back in my living room, and I'm like, okay, did that just happen or did that just not happen? Either way. So then all of a sudden I go, ow, you know, my big toe is starting to hurt all of a sudden. So I go look down at my big toe. There's this big blue stone embedded about this deep into my big toe, and I'm like, okay, that's why it hurts. So, all of a sudden, next thing you know, something else happens. So, before I could, like, even make a run for it, they already have me. So, the next morning, I ended up getting that big blue stone out of my foot, and I happened to look at that blue stone and I said, wow, you know, that looks like the exact color of the blue light that I had saw earlier that night. Oh yeah. And, you know, I didn't pay any attention to it at the time. I just see this blue light suddenly there and being very still, and I'm like, okay. Mind you, this thing is staying still, and I'm just like, alright, you know, I didn't pay no attention to it or no mind to it at the time. So, that's what ended up happening to me, and yes, I'm okay after that whole experience, you know. telling about it now and that. So, I had moved eventually, like a couple years after that had happened. And that trailer had sat there for several years slightly after that had happened. Until one day, I drove by, it wasn't there anymore, and I'm like, wow. I said, wow. I said, huh, usually when I drive by, it's usually there. But today, that property is all overgrown, literally. That's what it was last time I was there. Or I had drove by there, I should say. And I had seen it all overgrown, and I'm like, you know, I don't really remember this being overgrown that much prior to all this. So, next thing you know, everything's fine, you know, I ended up moving like far away, thank God. And I never had that experience again after that. So, now, if you're one of them people who believes in that, or if that had happened to you, I just hope this video helps you. Now, I also know that some people think, oh, you know, this will never happen to them, and that this is not real. Well, you know what? It is actually real. And to be honest with you, one, it's real. Two, okay, even if it don't happen to you, it could not happen to you, and then it could suddenly happen, and then you'll believe it. That could it could go that way too. But no, I'm saying you don't have to believe this, and this video is also being recorded in real time, by the way. So, another thing, what I'm going to add to all this is how, so, like I said, you know, I mean, there's a chance this may never happen to you, or it may happen to you. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to believe in it exactly, but I'm just saying that if you don't believe in it, the only reason I'm saying why you should, because say for chance it doesn't happen to you, and then all of a sudden one day it suddenly just happens to you, you're going to wish you had believed in it. Trust me. You know, for me to be on here to share this experience and this story, that's actually what I do on this channel. You know, I explain a lot of things of how they happened, the experience, and the story behind it, which I think sometimes people actually forget that on this channel. So now, I have also had, which a lot of you may not know this, I also have had some medical issues going on. That's why I really haven't been on, because of those medical issues, but I'm feeling better. I'm not 100% better yet, but I'm better enough as I can be for now. But that's something for a whole nother video. We're not going to get into that right now. Ain't worth getting into. So, if you had seen my YouTube community post, you would know that I actually met greatness. Yes, I did. A couple months ago, actually, I met greatness. It's also, there's a picture of, I have pictures on there on my Facebook of that, and on my Instagram, and also my YouTube community post. So, now, if any of you have seen any of my videos on my channel, you may want to watch the low-budget, short indie film that I actually made called My Prestige Meta. It's very short, but you really should watch it. I just wanted to say something about that. Oh, also, by the way, welcome to my channel. And also, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, welcome back. And also be sure to like the video, share the video, comment, and subscribe. And hit that red notification bell button so you'll be notified every time there's a new video. So when you hit like, what that does, it shows the YouTube algorithm that you actually really like the video. Yeah, it'll actually show that you like the video. So, anyway, like I said, I shouldn't keep telling the story, but it's just, in case if you're not 100% sure, that's the whole full story. You can watch it in the other videos. I wasn't going to make a part 4, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a part 4 just to have a part 4 for this video. And now, there's also a lot of things about my video that are quite interesting, actually. As a matter of fact, like I said, it's just there's so many things with my video about what actually had happened and how it all happened. But like I said, if it hasn't happened to you, okay, that's fine. But if it did, I just honestly hope that this video actually helps you. And I mean, I know what you're thinking, oh, it's never going to happen to you. Yeah, well, you know what? There's a chance it could. Just throwing that out there. So, was there anything else I wanted to add? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there is. So, watch all my videos on my channel, and you'll be glad you did. Of course, you do have the option to be notified for occasional videos, or all of them. I would personally prefer all of them. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. The option is there. And just let a lot of you know, you may not know this also, but my YouTube channel was recently, recently, I had to go through an audit verification process to make sure that I was actually human and not AI, that my videos are not AI generated, and that my videos are also not bots or fake spam videos, which they're not. So I had to go through that whole verification process, which, as you can see, everything worked out great. I verified that I am a human, and I'm also real, because this video is actually being recorded in real time. But I just don't know if any other content creators have had to do that for their YouTube channel. If they had to, they had to, but it'd be nice if they would say something about it in their videos. But yet, here's what I don't get. Here's one thing that really made me annoyed about this whole thing. First of all, YouTube wanted to make sure that I was human and to be verified that I'm actually a real human, and to make sure that my videos are not fake or AI spam bot videos, but yet the system itself that YouTube uses / Google actually is an AI system. So therefore, to me, that's a double standard right there. Yeah. I also wanted to hop on here and do this video to address that too. Because why would you have a double standard like that then? I don't think you should have a double standard about that, to be honest with you. But yet, I guess it's fine. It's just one of those things. But that's alright. You know what? I get it. That's just how you do things. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I should not have to have had to do that. There was no reason for that. That's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah, just the whole thing annoyed me. So, I just wanted to say that too, how the whole entire thing literally annoyed me horribly. So, anyway. Oh. I will have another video out soon. So just keep your eyes out for that. That is coming. It will be on my channel. So, like I said, I didn't really have anything. Sorry. I didn't have anything on here last week because I was having some medical issues, so that's why nothing was posted last week, unfortunately. But anyway, But like I said, I'm back. And like I said, if you want to check any of my recent Facebook photos or any recent Instagram photos, feel free. So, anyway, now the next video that I will have out will be about something that you're gonna be like very in shock about. Actually, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna have a video title for the next video. I think I'm actually gonna call it I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call it either one of two things. Either Shock Advise or something of that nature, or there was another name. What was it? The next shock, or you're in shock next of what you're in shock for, or something like that. I think I'll stick to Shock Advise. You'll be shocked when you see what the next video is actually going to be about. All I can tell you is that's the only hint. And also, things other than the medical issues, things have been actually going the way they're supposed to. Things are working out. See, something that I thought was the way something had happened that I didn't really care for the way it happened, it looks as if that actually ended up working out, and there were some turnarounds there with that, which I was just unable to believe. Which I guess that's a good thing also, I guess, from what I was able to find out. But I do have to go back actually at the end of the month. I have to go back to be checked over for the medical issues, just for a follow-up with some medical problems, and that's like I said, that's for a whole totally different other video. So now I've also had paranormal experiences too that I may add. I know what you're thinking. You had that too? Yes, actually. Yes, I have had all kinds of paranormal experiences in several places that I have lived. I know what you're thinking. Wow, really? You've had that many? Oh, yes, there's been quite a few. I know, that's very hard to believe, actually. Although, there was another one I had in that mobile home that I lived in at the time that was a rental, where the same one where I had the alien encounter abduction experience in. That mobile home, one night about, I want to say, yeah, about 2 years after that experience, so I would probably be about 14 at the time. So, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm in the bedroom, and I had my bedroom door slightly open because I knew at one point I was going to have to get up and go to the bathroom. So that's why I had it slightly opened for that reason, because I was watching TV one night, and all of a sudden, I hear someone say, in my mother's voice, I heard someone say, "Hey, turn off the TV." I'm looking around like, oh, what? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, what? And all of a sudden, The strangest thing. I get up, I look around, nobody's there. I was like, wow, that is so weird. To hear someone say to me, hey, turn off the TV. And then no one to be there? Now that's strange if you ask me. But the only thing with that, it only happened once and that was it. It never happened there again after that. And then some strange other things started happening there. Like all of a sudden, to see the one other creepy thing that ended up happening there is that after a while, after that experience, the electrical panel box was just updated at the time too. Was just updated from the older system, the way it was before that, to where it just had the flip breakers. Well, prior to that, when I had first moved in there, it did not have those flip breakers. It had those old-fashioned circle ones that would just pop off. Yeah. So, it had that. But at one point while I was still living there, it ended up being updated with the flip breakers instead. But for some reason, every night, after this paranormal experience, to where I heard someone say, hey, turn off the TV, and nobody was there. Ever since that experience, every night, for some reason, that breaker box, those breakers, for some reason, it was in the bedroom, because I guess it was one of those older mobile homes to where that's how it was set up at the time. And every night around the same time, them breakers would flip off. Like, they would literally, the breakers every night around the same time, you could hear them like somebody was flipping them off. Around the same time every night, the bedroom would lose power. Now, I mind you, the bedroom would not lose power during the day, only at night. And then, so, obviously I lived there for a little while longer. And then I ended up moving because that's ridiculous to have to go through that every night. So, I'd get up, find my flashlight, flip the breakers back on, the room would be fine until the next night. So finally I was just like, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I'm moving out of here because I'm tired of this every night. Moved out, moved into another place, and did not have that problem. Nope, never ever had that problem ever again. And the funny thing is, before I had moved out of that trailer at the time, that breaker box was checked by an electrician, and the electrician looked at it, took one look at it, checked everything on it. I said, that's very strange. So, they replaced the breakers in that box, and it would still do it. So the electrician had to come out again. So the electrician replaced them again, got a lot of replacement parts for that breaker box, and it would still do it. So at this point, even the electrician couldn't figure out half what was wrong with it. Come to find out,